We got a certified Chad looking dude in the house. So what's happening with you, man?
Howdy. How's your day going?
It's going good.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you the long-time listener, first-time caller, read your book, blah, blah, blah. So to dovetail off what the last guy was saying, so the U.S. Army, not saying who my current employer it may or may not be, but the U.S. Army's banned soldiers from utilizing TikTok because it's run by the Chinese Communist Party. So
Yeah.
neither here nor there. But suffice to say, your red flags chapter gets talked about a lot, and rightfully so. A while back, you did a video about your green flags, which I think would make a great addition to the book, because I think that's at least as equally useful. What I always tell people is, I would try to always learn something from everybody I meet. Sometimes you learn how not to be, what to look not for, but sometimes you learn how to be, what to look for. I think your green flags video was super useful. And so, I presently am seeing an entrepreneur. She doesn't see herself as such, but she doesn't like me to advertise her net worth, but it's a significant number. And she's my job title right now on the civilian side, because I may or may not be an Army reservist, and I may or may not work in the Army 1 weekend a month. But on the civilian side, if I were in the Army, my job title would be business intelligence architect. And so I'm north of 200K, and she makes several times what I make. And she's asked me the question recently, why don't you start your own business? And I'm like, that's a great point, because she's made the point, the industry, why are you making money for someone else when you can be making money for yourself? And so why do I mention this? You've talked about, in some of your red flags, I think you've mentioned dating older women. So I'm 36 years old. I have 2 young children from a prior marriage. She's older than me. She's a few years older than me.
How old is
and she? So what's that?
How old is she?
She's 46.
That's not a few years older. That's a decade older.
When I was 25, I would have probably said the same. But I'm not the young, spry chicken I used to be. But I can certainly say, after a hike in the mountains of North Carolina, when she kicked my ass and left me in the dust, that she's in better shape than I am. I'm stronger than she. Oh, go ahead.
So she's a 46-year-old entrepreneur. She's divorced, or?
Yeah, same. Yep. We both have been married.
You have 2 kids, you said?
She does not. I have 2 kids. I have 2 young kids from a prior marriage.
Okay, so she doesn't have any kids.
She does not.
Okay.
So, I've often wondered, and I wondered this frequently while reading your book. I wondered, what would Rich think of this particular female? And at this point, as I said, 36-year-old, don't need anyone else's opinion, but I always value outside objective viewpoints. So based on the snippet I've said, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I suspect I already know what your thoughts are, but I'm not in the habit of assuming. So I just as soon ask you the question and hear what your thoughts are on the matter, as I have some mouth to speak.
What are my thoughts? Is I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
But that's me. I mean, look, I know that there's some attractive looking mid-40s women out there, but they can't hold a candle to a woman that's younger to them, if they're also attractive and fit. And also a mid-40s woman is closer to menopause than a 25 or a 35-year-old woman, right? So she might look good right now.
Oh, fair point.
That's that time in a woman's life comes hard and fast, and it takes absolutely no prisoners whatsoever. I mean, at 36, you could be dating women in their 20s, right? So the question I have for you is, what's so special about a woman that's a decade older that runs a business?
Multiple businesses in this particular case, and I've been with women half her age in the last year, and I got to say, I appreciate someone who takes care of themselves. I appreciate someone who has ambition.
We all do.
And obviously I never introduce my kids to someone unless I've been seeing them for at least 6 months. And
she's met your kids?
She has.
Yeah. How did that
go? Great. They love her, and she loves them. And
right now.
Fair. I don't think that's likely to change.
Are you sure about that?
No, of course not. Absolutely not. I worked in Intel when I was in Afghanistan, and my job was to make predictive forecasts about when and where the Taliban was going to be before they show up. And we got pretty good at it, because we, quantified and brought objective data sets to make those predictive forecasts.
Good.
And, so you can never fully predict what someone's going to be like in the future, but the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior.
Right.
And so I can say that unabashedly that I'm not concerned about her liking or loving my kids because she's spent enough time around them.
Mm-hmm.
And but we talked about the red. Oh, go ahead.
Let me just hover on that kid thing for a minute. All right, like kids are always cute. Like there's always cute moments. You get an ice cream in their hand, you take them somewhere that they like, they're excited. They have cute moments, right? But then there's the moments where they don't get their way and they throw a temper tantrum.
Or she's been there for that.
Or that you got to travel somewhere and there's chaos and stress that gets added to the equation. And then, she starts to look at them like, well, those aren't my kids. Not my monkeys, not my circus, right? Men are very willing to accommodate the offspring of another man, but I found women hard pressed over a long-term basis to be enthusiastic about raising the offspring of another woman.
So that's a great point. And I don't want to over delve into your personal business and your personal affairs. I've watched a good number of your past podcasts. I haven't watched all of them, but I know you've talked about how you have a daughter from a prior marriage. And at least at one point, I think while you were writing your book, you had been seeing a female who I think at the time you had said had a good, at least rapport with your daughter.
Yeah.
And, I would love to hear from an entrepreneur, someone who has started a business.
Don't expect a woman to ever play the role of mother to children that aren't theirs.
Certainly not. And I think the reverse is also true. Don't expect a man who is not the biological father of the children to ever play father to.
But they are expected. Men are expected to step up and, be the father that stepped up, not be the stepdad, is the meme trope that you hear a lot. Right.
And it is. And there is absolutely double standard in our society. What I see, so I have a son and I have a daughter. Yeah. And, I've been taking both my kids to the home gym ever since they were each a month old. I remember when they were each a month old, I'd have them down in their little.
How old are the kids, by the way?
My daughter is 4 and my son is 2.
Oh, they're still small, dude. They're always cute at that age, right? Wait till they're 8, 9, 10 years old and they start to have opinions. And then, 10, 11, 12, and they start to have very differing opinions.
So to that point, and I'm glad you bring that up, opinions in children are not what we should base how we act on, but it's not something to preclude either. And I'll say this, I don't want to disparage their mother. I was with,
and you shouldn't.
I was with her for a variety of reasons. I'm sad that things didn't work out. I tried to save the relationship and she wasn't interested, but neither here nor there. I will say this. When I look at the woman I've been seeing now for the better part of the last year, she's a physically fit, strong, she's the type of female that, when I was in my 20s and did not have a high opinion of myself, I did not have a high net worth, that I thought a female like her was beyond me, for lack of a better term. Mm-hmm. And, you talk about younger females, having been with younger females in the last year plus, I can certainly say that this particular individual, I know menopause in that comment is a fair criticism, for lack of a better term.
It's a fact of biology. Yeah.
It 100%. And let's be real about biology. Let's be real about science and about what's coming. Of course, the same is true to a lesser degree for males, but obviously your points do not falter on the point of the female. I'll say this, she's more attractive than females I've been with who are half her age. And in terms of she's not the first female I've introduced to my children, but she's the first female who stuck around because my kids are the ultimate litmus test. And when my kids didn't like a past female, she got kicked to the curb. My kids love her. She seems to love her, or she seems to love the kids.
You know what? Your kids are at the age where they would really appreciate Disneyland or like Universal Studios. So what I want you to do is I want you to ask your girlfriend, say, hey, babe, I got a great idea. Let's take the kids to Disneyland.
Well, we've been actually talking about doing that. Funny you should mention that.
Do it, and then come back and report to me how that went.
You know what? I suspect that may likely happen. I'll say this. I know your time is valuable, so I do want to be respectful of your time. I look at her, and I'm not so concerned about my son.
Yeah.
I figure,
No, your
you're
kids are
gonna.
clearly very important, and it's a big factor of why you're dealing with this chick instead of a 26-year-old. I get it. I absolutely get it.
So I'll say this, and then I'll drop off here because again, I do want to be respectful of your time. You know, I would love to know about more about you and what you're basically, for lack of a better term, how your relationship is with your daughter and how things have turned out. Not in any sense
Mhm.
of judging, in the sense of learning from someone who's been there, done that. But I will say this: I look at my girlfriend now, and I look at my daughter, and I think this is the female I would love for you to mirror. Maybe not exactly. I don't want you to go down the exact path that she has gone down, but this is a strong, successful female who I think can model what a confident female can be like. And that is a model that, and it is a double standard. I don't worry about my son because I feel like it's my job to raise my son to be a man, but I
Mhm.
also want to I want to present a positive role model for my daughter so she knows what to look for in a male. But I also want to have positive female role models in her life. And I look at my girlfriend now and I see that. So, you know, I've been thinking about calling into your channel for the past year since I read your book, and
Mhm.
this is the first time I've done so. And I suspected you would have hesitations, we'll call it,
Mhm.
and this has been exactly as I more or less exactly as expected. Um, you know, but I would love to in the future, perhaps a year down the line, do a follow-on call with you and how things turned out. And
I'd
just
love to hear that update
yeah,
because everybody watching right now is going to look forward to hearing how it's all unfolding. And I don't wish like shit on anybody. Like, I hope it really
sure,
works out for you and that you get exactly what it is that you want out of it. But it's a moving target and there's no unicorns, and time and sunlight, will reveal what somebody's all about.
absolutely.
Throw some chaos and some stress into there and, see how things unfold. But right now you're doing the classic complicate life, justify why. I like her. She's pretty. She still looks hotter than me. She can hike better than I can. A real question somebody put in the comments is, how is she more fit than you are if she's 10 years older and you're a
Oh,
man?
Oh, she's got way better cardiovascular endurance than I do, hands down.
Yeah.
She was a triathlon athlete. She did Ironmans back in the day. I'm way physically stronger than her. If we when we go to the gym together, I can lift multiples of what she can. But her ability to outlast me is,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. But I mean,
she's
like, you're basically looking for permission to, like, take this further. And it's like, you don't need anybody's permission. I
no,
mean,
I
if it's
don't need
working
any.
out for you, then continue doing it, but proceed forward with, like, be observant of what's going on, see how things unfold with the kids. Because one of the biggest reasons I hear you selecting this chick as a girlfriend, as a partner, a mate, whatever it is you want to call her, is because she's good with your kids, is because she's successful, is because you don't need to support her, is because she encourages you to be better, sort of thing.
That's a big part right there.
Right,
Is
but there's a reason for that, right? She's 46 and she would normally be dating guys her age or probably older. Some of them might have some performance issues in a bedroom by this time if they don't know how to take care of their shit, right? But she's got money. She doesn't need money. She needs somebody to entertain her, and she's got youth and looks in you. You're big successful military guy, right? She's saying start your own business. Why line somebody else's pocket with gold when you can build something for yourself? This is a very good point. Why wouldn't you want to hear that conversation? She's saying be better. Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, consider supporting the creation of content by checking out my supplement line. Pinned in the top comment below of this video in the comments, there's a link to the unpluggedalpha.com/shop. When you click through, you'll be able to land over here, and the entire lineup is broken down by category that it performs best in: estrogen metabolism, fat burning, your foundational essentials for health, immune health, performance, and testosterone support. If you check out with coupon code ALPHA10, you'll get 10% off on your first order. There's also the option to use the subscribe and save model, where regular shipments will be sent over to you on a regular basis, and that gives you a little bit of a discount, and your supplement facts are always broken down over here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And again, check out that link. It's pinned in the top comment below in this video. Peace out.